You know when Michael Jordan is coming to town, you always wanted to get a good night's sleep, a good night's rest, something good to eat, because you know the next day Michael Jordan is in your building and he's coming to put on a show, and you have to compete against that. Game 5 was at our place, and you know, a typical game, Eastern Conference game, a physical game, it was like a back and forth thing, the shot. You know, everybody want to talk about the shot. Chicago kept fighting, MJ kept making plays. It's at the end of the game, and we going to the timeout, and everybody talking. I was like, Coach, I want to guard MJ. Like, I got to guard MJ. There's only one player that's getting this basketball, and that's MJ. He's like, we're gonna put Craig Elo on there. I'm like, and he jumped up, and Elo jumps up, Elo stops, and MJ does this to Elo. Elo comes down, and he shoots it, and it was slow motion. And it was like, he's the guy that you want the ball in his hand late in the ball game, because he's gonna win most of those ball games by himself.
All right, Coach, Cleveland leads, Chicago inbound. What can the Cavaliers do?
The Cavs try to deny Jordan the ball. They actually 2-on-1 him without the ball. Elo trying to catch back up. The shot's up. It's good!
Oh
Michael Jordan!
Wow, Coach, a Game 5 winning shot. Doug Collins off the bench, and the Bulls have won.
You can never, ever count Michael Jordan out.
Michael was a different level, man. It's a different level of competitiveness, just sheer will to win. He changed the game. He changed the game. I mean, not just in one aspect, in many aspects, in every aspect of the game, he changed it. I played against some of the greatest players in the history of this game. Michael Jordan was one of those guys that lifted my ability to the next level. We enjoyed the competition with one another. We played very hard and fiercely against one another, but it was like you had two gentlemen going head to head. Michael Jordan and I wasn't just coming down the court getting dunks at the dunks. We found creative ways to score. I can't tell you the fun and the pleasure I had to play against him. You know, and Michael and I, we never really talked about those games. It was kind of a unspoken thing between us. You know, the respect level that we had was at a different level. I think I had a great game in Atlanta, and I remember going to Chicago. Michael walks into our locker room, and we still in suit and tie. We haven't gotten dressed yet, and he walks in our locker room, suit and tie, and I was like, what are you doing coming in our locker room? And I ain't gonna say exactly what I said. And so he walked by me, he walked by Kevin Willis, and he got to Randy Whitman, he tapped him on his butt, and he said, lace him up, it's gonna be a long night. He got 60 that night. He got 60. And it was a very close game. I think it went down to the last shot in that game, but I think he proved his point.
An unmistakable view of the Windy City and a lot of anticipation in the air. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our presentation of today's game. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me courtside, Clark Kellogg. And across the way on the sidelines, David Aldridge. We should be in for a great game here. Clark, it's the Chicago Bulls taking on the visiting Atlanta Hawks.
I'm ready for a good one, partner. Listen to these Chicago fans. extremely excited to get this underway and see two All-Stars, Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan, go at it. This could be an outstanding scoring contest between these two.
You said it. Buckle in. Clark, part of what makes Wilkins and Jordan so exceptional is how many ways they can get points.
Yeah, they score a lot of different ways, Kevin. Their offensive games are really versatile and complete. They can knock down threes, hit the mid-range jumper, and you know they both can do damage at the rim.
And out there for Atlanta, Spud Webb at the point with Doc Rivers at the 2. At the forward positions, Dominique Wilkins and Moses Malone. John Koncak will be at center. And starting things off for the Bulls, it's John Paxson at point guard with Michael Jordan also at the guard. Then Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant at the 3 and 4. The veteran, Bill Cartwright in the middle.
Expectations are high for Jordan and Wilkins in this one. They're both exceptional scoring threats, and I know their teams are expecting each of them to be the difference makers out there as they try to get the W.
Now, here is Webb. Passes it to Koncak. Now Wilkins. That shot off. Some solid defense from Pippen. You know, often, Clark, it's the team's respective leader who sets the tone for their whole squad.
You are correct, partner. So if Jordan or Wilkins can manage to get off to a hot start, that could spread to the other guys and get their whole team rolling early.
That's a good point. Count it. Good.
You know, if Webb finds an opening in the mid-range, he'll take it. The defense has got to keep him marked at all times.
To the wing on the left. Pippen for 3. Out of bounds. Atlanta will take possession. So it's the Hawks now. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And so here is Chicago. Paxson kicks to Pippen. We've played just over a minute here in the first. And it's the Hawks' ball. And here's Rivers over Paxson. The putback. The rebound by Jordan. You know, Clark, in some ways, this game could come down to either Jordan's or Wilkins. And who scores the most? Outperforming the other could seal the game for their team.
And, Kevin, that's exactly what we'll be keeping a close eye on. Which one is leading in the point column? Because I agree the winner of that duel very well could decide this thing.
Oh, what a duel it's going to be.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there. And neither can he.
Fades and shoots. And the Bulls with another miss.
Well, the defense refusing to give up anything easy. Love seeing that kind of intensity.
Down low. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Floats it up for Grant. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Textbook timing on that alley-oop. Throw it Grant's way, and he'll make the rest of it look easy.
And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Hawks. Trailing by 2. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Koncak passes to Rivers. Here's Malone. And that one is off. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Paxson kicks to Grant. Pippen outside. Just 5 on the clock. Stolen by Rivers. And now here's Rivers, the fast break opportunity. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. The Hawks shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. The number 1 objective, Clark, of this Bulls defense has to be limiting Dominique Wilkins' looks. They've got to contain that incredible scoring of his.
Kevin, you're all over it. Right on point. I mean, if Chicago can't disrupt his usual scoring, then they're in for a long night and some real trouble.
Rivers hits both of them. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Jordan with it. Picked up by Rivers. Pippen, the pass to Grant. He kicks to Pippen. Pass to Cartwright. And so the ball is out of bounds. Wilkins touched it last. And now for a little background on this superstar matchup, here's David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Now, Jordan and Dominique have met up in the slam dunk contest twice, each winning once. It was just last year that Jordan won over Dominique in one of the most talked about and controversial dunk contests ever. I know fans are hoping we'll see the tie-breaking contest between the two someday. Maybe they'll settle for tonight's game. Back to you.
David, I can see it in my mind's eye. Those two going at it. Clark, no question. They're two of the most skilled dunkers in today's game.
And Kevin, it's just another thing that makes these meetings so electrifying, so must-see TV. Hard to beat getting to watch two gifted scorers like this go at each other.
And the athleticism is right just off the charts.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Paxson against Webb. Here's Concap. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now, here is Webb. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. Jordan against Wilkins. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. They get Dominique Wilkins.
We all know about Michael's offensive prowess, okay? But he's incredible defensively as well. He works hard at that end, and that's rare for a star.
And so Jordan nails both of them. Some fresh competition, Clark, for the Bulls and Hawks in the league this year, with 2 expansion teams coming to the NBA in Orlando and Minnesota.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, these teams are focused on the game at hand. That's pretty obvious, but this is a very interesting time for the NBA. A lot of new talent and a new landscape.
A lot of growing indeed. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Wilkins and Jordan, a couple of talented one-on-one players who are both going to be seeking mismatches in this one.
And, you know, Kevin, if you're on either of these teams, you've got to be ready to come at Jordan and Wilkins defensively. Don't let them dictate things. Low-effort defense, not going to get it done because they'll take advantage of that fully.
Oof. And it's the Hawks' ball.
And now they're just 1 foul away from being in the bonus.
Now Webb, pass to Concap. Back to Webb. To the middle. They get a hand on it. Here's Malone.
Really like how active Grant is on defense. I mean, he takes a ton of pride in making things hard for his opponent.
Oh, and the jam by Jordan.
You can always count on Jordan to crank it up a little bit here at home and give these Bulls fans a game worth watching.
Now, here is Webb. Rivers passes to Wilkins. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Chicago leading. Jordan with it. He's got 6. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here, and it's Pippen slamming it down.
Taking flight, Scottie Pippen going upstairs.
Here's Webb. The pass to Malone. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Just unable to get into any kind of rhythm this quarter.
Here's Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam. Chicago, Atlanta. It's a special matchup. And these fans feeling a little extra electricity from Michael Jordan in this one. Now here's Rivers. Here's Wilkins. Malone. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Something that could be a difference maker in this one is Moses Malone's dominance on the glass.
I agree. I mean, Chicago is going to have to fight extremely hard to beat Malone to rebounds. He's relentless in pursuing them, especially offensive boards. But limiting the Hawks' second chance points, I think, is essential for this Bulls team.
Good observation. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, Wilkins gives you a lot of highlights, but this time showing you he can get gritty and get his hands dirty, absorbing the contact and still getting the shot in the air.
The Hawks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Shoot 2.
And the first one drops. Atlanta making a switch here. Willis is checked in. And so he hits both.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Jordan the pass to Cook. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, Bill Cartwright, to me, has all the tools he needs to be a real force at his position. A big frame, long arms, good intelligence and toughness. He can do a lot for you down low.
Armstrong's checked in for the Bulls, and he's good on the second. The Hawks trail by 5. And here is Webb. Here's Wilkins, and it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. Chicago making some changes. Purdue, he's checked in for Cartwright, and King subbed in for Horace Grant. Then for the Hawks, Carr comes in for Malone, and it's Tony in for Spud Webb. Willis the pass to Rivers. Carr with the screen on Pippen. 6 to shoot. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Here's Tony. Purdue with the rebound.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
Pippen outside. To the inside. Jordan dishes to Pippen. Lets the 3 fly. Michael Jordan, and that's good. Jordan's got 13 points.
Jordan letting the Hawks know his range is legit. He doesn't always have to penetrate. He can knock down the jumper, too.
Clark, I know the Bulls are hoping for big things this year after making it all the way to the conference finals a season ago.
You know, I think Chicago proving they can handle teams like these Hawks could be a really good sign for them as they look to become a more dominant and consistent force in this league.
Here's Carr, and the dunk by Carr.
And being that Carr is 6'9", he's capable of throwing it down, especially when the defense is playing him like this.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And he makes the first. Second free throw, no good. The Hawks trail by 7. Here's Tony. Pass to Willis. Second chance shot. The rebound by Jordan. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. To the paint. It's stolen by Wilkins. One-on-one here. Here's Tony. Rivers trying to get open. The drive on Dominique's face is a sign. It isn't just about the dunk. He wants to assert some dominance in this matchup with Michael Jordan. Jordan way outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And the Hawks with the possession. It's a 5-point game. Here's Wilkins, and the rejection by Pippen.
Pippen putting in the work to get there for the denial. That was really a nice hustle play.
Jordan passes to Purdue. Wilkins in the post. Jordan's there. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. Hodges checked in for Pippen. Smith checked in for Atlanta. The Bulls leading by 5. Credit to these Hawks, Clark, for having a constant postseason presence these last few seasons.
3 straight second-round appearances, and then last year a tough loss in the first round. But I say don't let that fool you. These Hawks are a very competitive team.
They really are.
The signature airtime of the one and only Michael Jordan going upstairs for the dunk.
The Hawks trail by 7. Smith scanning the floor. It's Wilkins on the wing. 1:36 left to play in the first. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Dominique Wilkins unafraid to put his body on the line, going right into that interior defense and getting himself fouled in the act.
And he makes the first but misses the second. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Here's Hodges.
Hey, sometimes you just got to take a foul. That's the best way to protect the basket.
The Bulls shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second.
Hey, when you think of Hodges, his shooting certainly stands out, but specifically his ability to do major damage behind the arc. That's where he really adds value.
Willis with a screen on Armstrong. Here's Smith. From 13 feet, it goes down.
I think he's got to show more fight than that. Can't give up on the play once you get screened. You got to continue to fight through.
Jordan against Wilkins. Pass to Armstrong. It's stolen by Smith. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And stolen by Jordan. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Launches it. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Jordan really confident rising up from deep. When he's in rhythm, he sinks these outside jumpers.
Here's Smith. They get it back. Willis. That's not going to do it either. He's 0 for 5. The Bulls leading by 8. Jordan looking around. We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter. King's shot is off. Wilkins outside. Over Jordan. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Chicago Bulls in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Back to the action in just a minute. Welcome back, everyone, to Chicago as the second quarter gets underway. It's been an exciting game so far between the hometown Chicago Bulls and the visiting Atlanta Hawks.
For the Bulls, they've got a new coach at the helm this season. With Phil Jackson, this is his first stint as a head coach here in the NBA.
So with Pippen sitting on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. Cartwright is out there with Grant. Then there's Hodges, and it's Michael Jordan, and it's Paxson in at the point guard position. Now, here is Webb. Pass to Malone. The Second chance effort, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
You know, part of what makes Malone such a good rebounder is his aggressiveness. I mean, and he also has a real nose for the ball.
Jackson, of course, a former player, a former assistant under Doug Collins in Chicago. And Clark, I hear he's got some interesting ideas when it comes to on-court strategy.
Well, Kevin, you know, he's certainly got some good pieces to test those ideas out with. There's no denying that. But what I think matters most is that the guys seem to relate to him and like him. Chemistry between players and head coaches is critical.
Well, you know, you played a long time, and you know how important that connection can be.
That's a very key deal.
And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Bull. You've got to appreciate a dunk like that, even if you're wearing an Atlanta jersey. My goodness.
And the high-flying antics of Jordan, simply awesome.
Webb with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Tipped away and stolen by Jordan. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Oh, he misses the dunk. Here's Rivers. The kick out to Wilkins. Wide open. Here's Willis. He hits that shot, his first of the night, now 1 for 6.
Yeah, the strength of Kevin Willis really impressive, and he does a nice job positioning for offensive rebounds.
Pippen sets a screen for Jordan. Stolen by Rivers. Clark, how do you think the Bulls have done so far in defending Dominique Wilkins?
I think they've done a solid job, quite honestly. I mean, they've taken away the easy looks for him, and they're making him work for every shot. Kevin, that's really all you want to do against a great scorer like Wilkins.
Yeah, make him work for every bucket. That's a good point.
Another big night for Jordan. What a natural scorer he is. MJ simply can do it all.
Got a piece of it. Pippen with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. And Pippen slams it in.
Creating offense through working hard on defense. Boy, I love seeing that.
I know you do. Going all the way with it, too. Now here's Rivers. From deep, Malone. The rebound by Cartwright. Cartwright's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pippen dishes to Jordan. That one drops for him. Jordan's got the lead up to 14 now for the Bulls.
Once Jordan gets inside with the rock, it's practically all over. He's that consistent at close range.
And a great job to get that angle on a tremendous drive. And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game.